Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Wildflower Wool's Knitting Podcast. I'm Louise from Wildflower Wool, and welcome. Just taking a look here to see if I have everything all set up. So it's Monday, so which means, of course, that I'm casting on something new this week. You guys voted on yarn, so we're going to talk about the yarn that you voted for, what the plans are that I have for it, and I will show you progress on last week's project, and I think I have one other project here to show you. So there's a little hint for you. I don't have a whole ton of projects this week to show you, so that means I did most of my good chunk of my knitting all on one project this week. So everybody, hope you just grab your knitting, get comfy, settle in. We're going to chat here for an hour. And so start off, we're going to talk about the yarn that you were all voting for. So let me pull it out here. This week's project is a stranded colorwork hat. I did a little shopping this weekend. I am 2 for 2 for shopping at Little Red Mitten. This is a little, what's the word? It's exciting. Being in the same city as Little Red Mitten the last couple of weekends has meant some yarn shopping. So let me see what I found. So this colorway, the green and the beige. And then I picked up 2 colors of blue. So this is what you were voting for. What will I cast on this week? Will I go with the green and the beige, or will I go with the light and the dark blue? It was super, super close. That's why I was actually a couple minutes late logging on here tonight, because I had to seriously count every single vote on every voting platform. And sometimes I'm thinking maybe I should cut down on the places where everybody can vote, because it takes me a little while to go look. There was some people do send me a few private messages. You can vote here on YouTube. You can vote on Wildflower Wool's Facebook page and Instagram in the post and in stories. So that, and then a few private messages. So yeah, so I think that's 5 places. Anyways, it was so close. If you looked in the Instagram stories right before we came on here, it looked like one colorway was running away with the votes. And when I actually went through Facebook, they were voting the other way, which is not uncommon. That happens a lot for some reason. It's funny how knitters on Instagram and knitters on Facebook are on different wavelengths and are usually vote for something different. Oh, Liz is saying blue, blue, blue. Well, Liz, hold on. In a couple minutes, I will tell you if you are on the winning side of the vote this week. So, anyways, the yarn is Barocco Vintage Chunky. Wanted something, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted something that was gonna be a little bit of a quick knit, so I went with chunky instead of worsted, just a little bit bigger yarn, a little bit bigger needle, a little quicker knit, hopefully a quicker finish. And I really, really like this yarn. I've used this for a bunch of different projects in the past, and it's nice. It's washable. And let's see. So it is a blend. There's a little bit more acrylic in it. 52 acrylic, 40% wool, 8% nylon. Really nice and soft. I don't know. Let me know in the chat. Have you guys knit with any of the Barocco Vintage? There's chunky, there's worsted, and I'm sure there's a DK version as well. Yes, there is a DK version as well. It's really, really nice. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm a bad person to ask if you like if this would be suitable for people with wool allergies. I think it is super soft. I think it would be fine if people for people who don't like scratchy wool, like a Briggs and Little, um, lopey kind of yarn. Definitely not. This is really nice. The acrylic and the nylon make it really nice and soft. Oh yeah, Diane's confirming. Yes. Oh, Diane says, is that moss? Yes, making my sweater in vintage DK. Yes, nice. What are you doing yours in moss, Diane? No, this is actually fennel. This is fennel, mushroom, and then the blues are forget me not and indigo. There was a couple more blues. I don't know if Little Red Mitten has all of the colors that Broco has, but they have a really good selection. And there was a couple of other blues. There was more of a purpley blue, but I thought these two, I mean, really, it looks like a navy. It's indigo, but it looks like a really deep navy and a light blue. Colors are probably pretty close on the screen, and these ones are pretty close on the screen as well. Anyways, I really like them both. I also bought white, which I have already wound up here. I don't have my ball winder or my skein with me this week. Ball winder or my Swift? Swift, that's what I wanted to say. So since all of these came in a skein, they had to be wound. So I started last night and I just wound this. I opened up the skein, put it over my knees, and then just hand wound it, which I am totally counting as therapy for my knee to be able to, pull up my knees while I was sitting on the couch. That was really good exercise for that, and to be able to hold it bent while I wound it. So, physio and yarn winding all in one go. How many people can say that? Hopefully not many. Hopefully I'm the only one in that camp. So I bought white. I don't know what color this is. Mochi. Mochi. That's what it is. It's probably more of an off-white if I compare it to the ball band. It's probably an off-white. Anyways, so I got this thinking that I might maybe at some point put this in with the blues when I knit with that. It looks nice with the green, not enough contrast with the mushroom, with the light beige. So that's it for the yarn. Oh, I'll give you some details here. So we know what the fiber content is. It's a number 5 bulky, 6 millimeter needles, what they suggest, 14 stitches over 4 inches, and it's 100 grams, 136 yards, 125 meters. So, anyways, really, really lovely yarn. I'm gonna see. Oh, Diane says, "Oh yeah, it's fennel. I'm using." Oh, you're using the fennel, so we got the same color. I know. I love this color. You guys know greens, oranges, yellows. So that's my color. I'm trying to embrace more blues and purples and pinks and things just to widen my color range a little bit, but I couldn't resist this. There was a chocolate brown as well. Probably my next shopping trip, I may just bring that home just to have in my stash. If I ever think it might go well, it would go nice with all 3 of these or 2 of these. Anyways, okay, the winner. Hi, everybody. I see a lot of people coming in. So hopefully you're getting settled in with your knitting and you're just in time. I'm going to tell you what I'm casting on. So I'm going to have to wind this after we're done here tonight. So voting, you guys. So like I said, Instagram stories, I was checking it all afternoon. I'm like, okay, I know what I'm casting on. Know what I'm casting on. And then tonight, I thought, okay, I always go through and check every single one of your votes. So don't ever think that I just, look at one and just assume. I always go through everyone. And tonight it took me extra long because it came down literally to the last vote that I counted over right here on YouTube. Um, it was close. The underdog came like people were voting for it later on in the day. So I was thinking, I was like, I really don't know what I will be um casting on. So, anyways, I see Liz has given me the weekly drum roll, which is my sign to announce the winner. And the winner for this week's cast on is Blues. The Blues held out, literally one vote ahead. Blues, if you look on Instagram stories, the poll, they were ahead by, I forget what it was, quite a bit, anyways. And I thought, oh, yeah, okay. Probably not in a way the green's gonna come back, but it did. People were voting for it on Facebook. Oh, no, Diane says boo. Okay, so who I think it was, Liz, you were voting for the blue, so you're happy, Diane is sad. Sorry, guys. Anyways, I really, really like this, Diane, so I think I think deep down, I was hoping this colorway was going to win, but I kind of figured the blues would win because I was sitting up here with my daughter and I was counting it all up, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, the green and the brown, they have to come up with 6 more votes to tie it up. And then I was going to have Anita vote if it was a tie, and I'm sure she would have voted for blue. Blue's her favorite color. So blue probably would have ended up winning anyways. Um, so Anyways, it was close. I was counting and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." It was like I felt like I was watching a horse race. I was getting down to the end. I'm like, "Okay, there's another one for green. There's another one for green. There's another one for green." And then there was like 2 for blue, and I'm like, "Ugh." And then literally did that. I was like, "Oh." And I don't know if it was because I secretly deep down really wanted this to win, or I was just rooting for the underdog to like, could there be enough votes? And it was so close. So anyways, this one's going on the shelf. This colorway for this week. So it is blues, you guys, and I think this will be really, really fun. Um, so let's see. So Kim says, "Yay, blue." I know exactly. Let me tell you, I love horses. So I used to watch the Kentucky Derby every May. Well, which would have just been like a couple weeks ago, wouldn't it? It's usually always the weekend of my birthday. So, anyways, okay, you voted on Facebook and YouTube. There you go. And absolutely, if you guys really, really want to vote for, you definitely want to see something knit up, you can go jump all around Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and you can vote everywhere for it. So anyway, I'm really excited. So indigo and forget me not. Lots of good, good contrast here. And I think it was Jocelyn who said that I think she said that you liked both, but you said definitely a lot of good contrast with the blues, and there is. I really like these two together, and I did the picture test, took a picture of all the colors, turned it to black and white, and there is still good contrast with here. But yeah, definitely visually, you can see looking at, this is going to work up really nice. I did just for fun because I was sure it's like, where you want something to work out. I was hoping the green, the fennel, the mushroom, and the mochi. I thought, oh, these would look really nice together. But the mochi and the mushroom, not enough contrast. In the black and white picture. So, and probably knitting it up is it would be pretty close. It would be one of those ones where you would knit it up and you would look at it and you would try to convince yourself that yes, you can see the pattern as you're trying to hold it and tip it in the right light. So it maybe would work, but it's not going to be as sharp and just jump out as something like this. Anyways, stranded. It's going to be super fun. I am going to probably knit this on a 6 millimeter needle. I got a inch 16-inch 6 millimeter Chaogun needle. I know I have it here with me. I've got my whole bag of 16-inch needles, so I'm going to gauge swatch. You guys, I am going to gauge swatch for this. I am debating between 2 patterns. So I don't know which one I'm gonna do yet. You guys will find out tomorrow. I'll try to post a picture of what I decide to go for. Um, Maybe I might even do both of them. I have these grand hopes that it's just a hat that I could do too. But then I have to remind myself that I am working on a sweater from last week. So we will try to get one hat finished for next week. So I may go with a little simpler pattern and just let yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think, yeah, if I do this, it'll be a double brim. So it'll be a nice big chunk of ribbing. I will probably get started on that. Probably 1 by 1 rib. I'm thinking long tail cast on, something nice and stretchy. Anyways, fun. I can't wait. I'm really excited. Somebody asked me if I was getting ready for Christmas gifts because it's summer, obviously. Well, for most of us, it's summer. For a few of you that watch, I know that winter is, kind of just arriving for you guys. Um, but yes, these will definitely be going in my Christmas box for Christmas gifts. It is only May, and I'm already thinking about gift giving. This is kind of a record. Suppose, well, unless I decide to keep it for myself. A lot of my stuff that I've been thinking about giving, putting into the Christmas box lately ends up going in my own closet, which is fine, but it's not so good when it comes to gift giving. Anyways, let's talk about last week's cast on. I had put up in the vote this Barocco remix. This is the worsted weight. It also comes in a DK. I decided to go a little heavier, which I'm hoping I won't regret, but went worsted. So this stuff, you guys were voting between the blue and the brown, and you voted for the navy. I love it, you guys. I think I would have loved the brown. I think it was called patina. It was really, really pretty too, but you guys voted blue, so I went blue, and I'm loving it. So, and I got a fair amount done, which I'm really excited for because I had really wanted this past week to try and really work a lot on it so I could try and get a good chunk done because I'd like to get it done in the next couple weeks. I'd love to say get it done for next week. Maybe. It there is a possibility. We'll say I should give myself an extra week in there for a little playroom. But look, this is ball number 1, almost gone. And here it is. I only have a couple of rounds left to go, and then I'm dividing for the arms. So then my rounds will get considerably shorter. And I always find you can tell, I don't know about you guys, but when you're doing a top down sweater, finding, I'm liking all of the knitting up here. You're increasing away. I did decide to go raglan sleeve. I think when we were chatting last week, I wasn't sure if I was going to do another yoke because my classic wool pullover that I did, that was supposed to have been my 2-week sweater that ended up being a fair bit longer than a 2-week sweater. It was the yoke, top down yoke, and I loved it. Liked how it fit. I really, really loved knitting it. And I debated about doing this little short sleeve summer top if I wanted to do it yoke as well. And then I thought, nope, I'm going to do something different. Go back, and raglan is usually what I do, so that's what I'm doing. So it's not really different. It's just different than the last sweater. So, anyways, oh, Susie's asking me, did I buy a new needle for the black lace pattern? No, I didn't. And it was not for lack of trying. Um, I didn't even bring that project with me tonight to show you because there's nothing to show. So you guys probably saw a couple of weeks ago, I'll come back to this. We'll talk a little bit more about this in a sec. The black reclaimed denim soul wool, I think it was called. Um, I was doing an all over lace pattern and I was so excited for it. And I showed you a couple of times, I think I showed you on the Fiber Friends podcast, and I think I showed you here last Monday night, that it was taking me forever to do this. It was a simple little lace stitch, but my needles, I had pulled it. So I have my bag of needles, my traveling bag of needles. So there's a couple of sets of interchangeables in here. These are all 16-inch needles because you need to be prepared, right? Who knows how many, whoops. Oh, that's another set. I just dropped that. Did you guys see that? Okay. Well, this is supposed to be another set of Knit Picks interchangeables. Apparently these are all in projects. Anyways, yes, I could cast on, what did I count? Like 26 hats. Then I have a bunch of fixed. So out of all of this collection of needles, The only 4 millimeter needle that I could find to cast on that little black lacy summer top was an older style needle with a blunter tip. Um, Probably something like a Susan Bates, I'm thinking, or an air. No, probably not. Or probably Susan Bates. Anyways, the cable's not too bad on it, but the needle tips are really blunt. So I and then I twisted it, and then I twisted it. I'm like, oh no, Anyways, we won't. I talked about that at length the last couple times we chatted. So anyway, so it was definitely had to be pulled out and redone again. I went to Little Red Mitten. They did not have the needle size that I needed. Their needle selection was really picked over. So I was able to put in an order for some needles. So I've decided that Black Lace top is just on hold, either until my needles come in at Little Red Mitten or I go home and I do some more searching and see what I can find for pointier needles, which I could definitely, I'm sure I can probably find somewhere at home. Anyways, so that is the sad tale of that project. I decided I had thought briefly about casting it on and using the blunter needles and just, putting up with it. And I could, but I thought, no, I'm really, really liking knitting this top. So I thought I'm not going to suffer through with that one with a needle that I'm not enjoying working with. And I'm just going to leave it because if I don't like the needle, I'm not gonna be wanting to pick it up, so I'm not gonna get a whole ton done on it anyways. So I really might as well just wait, put put my knitting time towards this top, get this finished, and then hopefully I'll have another needle that I can pick up that is pointier, sharper, and then I'll just be able to zoom along on the other one. So that's the story about that one. It's in timeout. But this blue one, top down raglan, I really, really, really like this one. I like this one a lot. This is the Nightfall remix, and I put up in my stories on the weekend asking if people had knit with this or not, and then asking if how they had liked it. Most people had not tried this before, but about at least 95% of the people who had knit with this had really, really enjoyed knitting with it. So that made me happy to hear that I wasn't alone, that most people liked it. There was one person that did, yeah, she didn't rate it very high. So I'm not sure what the problem was or what she didn't like about it, but most everybody really enjoyed this. So, like I said, just a couple more rounds to go, and then I can split for the sleeves. The last couple of rounds, I've been alternating my increases and not increasing for the sleeve. So, which is the first time when I've done a top down sweater that I have done that. Typically, I just do all my increases and every other round increase for the front, the both sleeves, the back. So this time I thought I'm going to try just a little different, just to get the sleeves a little um, closer fit. So that was just something a little interesting, just a little tidbit that something that I had never done before, but wanted to give a try. So I will give you an update on this. I am really, really liking it, loving the yarn. Um, yeah, I can see a lot more summer tops made out of this, and baby sweaters. I'm sure this will be really super nice, a summer evening knit or even a winter. Because this one here has got, so the remix. Let's do a little chat about this. 30% nylon, 20% cotton, 24 acrylic, 10% silk, 9% linen. So there's a wide range of fiber in here, but there is no wool. And I think the silk will give it a little bit of warmth. I mean, there's only, what did I say, 10% silk. So um, we'll see. On Ravelry, when I did a search on there about what people were knitting with it, a majority of the projects were long sleeve winter sweaters. So people are obviously using it for winter wear, I guess with the acrylic and the silk. Yeah, and the nylon. So anyways, I'm gonna give it a go. I really, really loving it and just want to cast on more things with it. So be prepared. You may see that come up in another week or two. Okay, I'm gonna take a peek at the comments here. Hi Alyssa. Alyssa, I'm glad that you remembered it was Monday night. Katie asked, what color will the brim be? It is going to be, I think it's going to be the dark. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm dropping everything. Even it apparently doesn't matter how much room I have. Tonight, obviously, I'm in a different room. And I kind of overtook Scarlett's nursery tonight. And I still apparently don't have enough room. I am thinking that I'm going to do the double brim in the dark and then do the color work. So I think that'll be fine. So let me see. What else are you guys chatting about in here? Hi, Lynn. That's good. You guys are all chatting back and forth while I'm just yattering on and on. Oh, Susanna said, Louise, how long did it take you to knit the baby vertebrae? Not very long. Not very long. And you know what? Scarlett is actually wearing it today. It's really nice and warm here, but the house is a little cool with the air on, so I need to put her in the little sweater tonight. And it's big on her. It comes down, it covers her hands, which is kind of nice. It keeps her hands warm, and so she'll be able to wear it. I don't know. It's only May. I was gonna say all summer. Who knows? I don't know. She's going pretty quick, so we'll see. But she'll be able to wear it for a while. She's worn it a few times now. How long did it take me to knit? Oh, I don't know. Probably a couple weeks when it shouldn't have. I mean, ideally, you could probably easily knit it in a week if you were dedicated. And I may do that one again because it's really cute. Oh, Lynn, you finished a vest in the remix. It is so comfortable. I don't even know what's on. That I know. I just keep playing with it because it does. It just feels really nice. And I went up in needle size because I wanted it to be really drapey. So I went, what needle am I using? Probably a 5. This is a worsted weight. Yeah, I think I went with a 5. Normally I would have went with a 4.5. And I knit loose, so typically I would go smaller. So sometimes I would do a 4 or a 4.5, and I went up to a 5. And I love the feel of this. Like, oh my gosh, it could be everything. I'm telling you. Not every knitter loves everything. So, and like the one person who voted in the Instagram poll, she's like wasn't overly thrilled with it apparently. Um, so yeah, it's not for everybody, right? If you're looking for a wool, this wouldn't be your ideal yarn. But if you're in a yarn shop and you see it there, I highly suggest pick it up and feel it and just see what you think. What size did I knit? Well, I think I did I think I did the newborn size, and she's just wearing it now. So, um, that's kind of tricky to say, Suzanne, because I tried to do the small size, but my yarn was a little heavier. I don't know. I knew it was going to come out a little bit bigger than the pattern. I think that's how it worked. Anyways, it's small. She's wearing it now, but she's still pretty tiny. She's just 8 pounds now. Um, so really, I guess, which is like a newborn size. So let's see. Oh, Suzanne, one of our employees, his wife and him just had their first child, a boy, so I am knitting one for them. Oh, they'll love it. They'll love it. Liz, oh, you started the heel of your second sock. Fantastic, Liz. Oh, the one's from April. My lace sock is. Oh no, your lace sock is in timeout. Uh-oh. I haven't been working on any of my lace stuff right this week because I have truly just been picking this up and working on this. It's been great binge watching. Anita and I have we watched all of Queen Charlotte. Did we? I think I told you guys last week that that's what we were watching, and somebody had asked if it was good or if it was as good as Bridgerton, and it definitely is. You haven't watched it yet and you like Bridgerton, you need to watch it, like, tonight. This weekend for sure. It was really good. Only 6 episodes, so it's pretty quick to watch. Um Oh, hi, Sam. Yeah, Sam made me laugh today. Sam sent me a Facebook or just a picture, of an old Facebook post that she did. I don't know how many years ago was that, like, quite a few. Sam knit me a thong 1 year for my birthday, and so that was a Facebook memory that came up. So, yeah, that was a good that was a good fun memory. Oh, April 29th. Oh, so yeah, so he's a new baby. Oh, that's so nice. Fun. Oh, Susanna, they will love the sweater. Yeah, and it's a quick knit. It won't take you long. Good stuff. So that is I worked on one other project. Okay, let me see what else. So, oh, the remix. So I did buy 2 more balls of this when I was at Little Red Mitten. And Jillian laughed when she saw me standing in front of the shelf. She's like, "Are you back for more of this?" Because I had just been in the week before and bought that whole huge bag full. Which I have to say, if you guys didn't watch last week, at the end, we were all chatting, and I showed I had 16 different colors of this that I had brought home from Little Red Mitten, and we were putting together color combinations. So fun. So I've got some of them put together. There was a black and a teal and the white or the gold, and the strawberry and the light pink. Yeah, so a lot of really fun colors together. So anyways, I picked up a couple more balls of this because when I originally grabbed 3 balls of this, I was thinking maybe of making a wrap, like a summer wrap to take to the beach. And then I decided I was going to do a summer top. And I thought, okay, 3 balls isn't going to be quite enough for my size. So I went back and I picked up 2 more balls. I'm not entirely sure how much I'm going to need, kind of hoping for will be enough. I'm not gonna make it super long and just little short sleeves on it. So I don't know if I will need this is the 5th ball. I've got 5 balls. Well, I don't know if I will need all of it. I'm kind of hoping I will have 1 left that I can just put back with my pile of 16. I just want to keep the 16 balls just so I can look at it, like be my home decor and not touch from my stash. But we'll see. I, um, I may need it. I may need it, but I'm, like, pleasantly surprised the yardage on this, which is 200 meters or 216 yards. It seems to be going quite far because I'm just about ready to finish the first ball. So I'm gonna just keep knitting on that. I'm going to work around till I get to a side, and then I'm just gonna join the next one, the next ball on the side. Um Just thinking, how will I join it? I may just do a regular join and just weave the ends in. I mean, you can't do a wet splice on this because there's no wool, so there's nothing to felt it to. I could do the Russian join where you take your one end and loop it, your one end and loop it, and you put one in between the other, and then they're like links. I could definitely do that. I might do that. I don't know. There's all these fancy ways to join, and then I just join the tails hanging and weave them in at the end. Sometimes just tried and true, plain Jane ways just work just as good as the other. So really, it's personal preference. If you like to, or I could just join regularly, leave the tails, and weave them in as I go. That's always an option too. So, anyways, I'm really, really, really looking forward to this because I always find it's so exciting. Oh, I think this is what I was talking about before I started on my little story about my black lace top is that, you're knitting round and round and round, doing all the increases, you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger every other round. And all of a sudden, when you get to that point of where you're like, oh my goodness, this is getting a lot of stitches on the needle. Most of the time, I find that is pretty close to being exactly where I need to be to take off my sleeve stitches. So, and I'm close. I think for 6 or 8 more rows. I'm gonna do a little bit of a measure though, um, to see how long my raglan increase is getting because I don't want it to go too long. So I'm gonna do the measurement. I know roughly where how long I like that to be, and if I hit that measurement before I get the X number of rounds knit that the pattern says, I will just stop. Um, and as long as that I've got enough stitches around. There's no pattern or cables or anything like that. It's just plain, just just a simple, quick knit. So I don't need to worry exactly about my stitch count. I'm just going to make sure that I get a nice fit through the shoulders and then the armhole depth. And that'll be good to go. And then I'm just going to knit, knit, knit until I try it on, see how I like the length, put a little ribbing on the bottom, call it done, and wear it. Can't wait. Oh, so that is really, I did work on one more project. I have got my shawl here. My shawl that I was working on, and I was working on my shawl before I cast on the sweater. I did the gauge swatch and my garter stitch asymmetrical shawl. Just leave it there. This is what I was working on for a lot of last week, and when I should have been I really wanted, or I thought I should be working on my lace socks for the Fiber Friends challenge. And every time I thought, I should be working on lace socks, I picked up this instead. I thought, as I'm thinking about the sock knitting, I will just work a few rows on this. So I got a good chunk done. I don't know, I've got a white stitch marker right here. So I got a little bit, this length, a little bit of height here. And it's not obviously not growing as wide as quickly anymore because the row's getting longer. So that's a fair amount done. This is the Blue Jean Baby yarn from Lolo Did It. Love this yarn. I'm like so happy how it's knitting up. Like I'm starting to get a little bit of pooling here, but you know what? I'm not worried about it. Right there, it's been down here. There's my tip. There's my increased side with the knit front and backs that look exactly like yarn overs, and they're not. And there we go. And there's the width. So, like we all know, variegated yarn, you never know how you're going to get pooling and whatever. So, and I'm not going to worry about it because we all know as well that once it's put on, you've got it on, you're not really going to notice it anyways. So it's really nice and soft. Hi, Cheryl. Really nice and soft. Love the colors. I love that it's got orange in it. I like the blue and the orange together. It's really, really fun. And little cover for the bee. It would be cute for that, wouldn't it? Yep. Anyway, so I'm really liking it. The yarn is great. Um, it's one of those ones that was in my stash for quite a while. A friend, I think it was Sandy, gave us some yarn. And this one had been in my stash. I think it had been a New Start Monday, and I don't think it ever won the first time that it went through the voting. I'm sure I must have had it in the vote. Anyways, it won this time, and I think it is just really the colors, you're right. It does look like a really cute summer knitting project to be worn in the winter. A little one skein shawl, which really is a nice size scarf for your coat. So this will be when the weather cools down. So, but yeah, I'll have to find a couple of hours, like a one movie, pick a movie and work on that shawl just so I can keep working on it because I want to just slowly work on it to get some progress done on it. So I don't want it to sit. I do want to get it finished. Now I haven't been home for a while. I'm kind of starting to lose track. So my whiteboard hasn't been updated in the last few weeks. I did update it the last time I was at home. I did update it and can't exactly remember what my numbers were, my cast-ons and my finishes, but I was right around 50% or a little bit higher. So which was good. Um, I'm not so sure if I'm still at that 50% mark. I may have fallen under 50%. But that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that because I'm hoping I'm going to get this blue sweater done right quickly. That is my goal because I really want to work on it. This weekend, some girls and I are going away. It is our yearly knitting retreat. We go to the same retreat house that is all set up for crafty weekends. There's great big huge sunroom, beautiful tables, and nice comfy chairs just like this, and gorgeous lighting. Um, it's just like a great spot. So Cheryl's going with me, and she said it's supposed to be raining, which no, at first I thought, oh, I want it to be sunny. And then I briefly think, oh, because we could go for a little walk, you knit for a while, get up. Because it's on a country road, so it's really nice. It's like there's no cars, so you can just wander down the gravel road and just look at the birds and whatever flowers are blooming. And it's just nice and quiet. And I'm like, oh, wait a second, Louise, you're not walking anywhere. I will be lucky to get in the house, and then I will sit on a chair for the weekend. So I really am not that concerned that if it rains, that's just more reason to stay inside and craft. I haven't decided what I'm going to take. I'm going to take my blue sweater for sure. I'm going to take the hat because hoping I can finish it there. And the shawl probably. I mean, I've got my ultralight pillow. I could start the black lace. I mean, I have got no shortage of projects I could take with me. Do I take something and do a new start there? No, I don't think I'll do that. Scarlett wants a new sweater. Actually, Anita wants a new sweater for Scarlett. So I could always start that. And we're going to do some yarn shopping. There's at least two stores that we are going to be going to. And one of the we went to Linda's Craftique last year, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous shop. She's just north of Orangeville. So if you're ever in that area, she's outside the city. Just do a quick Google search, but is definitely worth the drive if you're in the area. Yeah, hi Louise. Yes, Cheryl and I will podcast from the retreat house. We did that last year with our live studio audience of two or three people, depending who's out of bed. um, so yeah, so we'll podcast live together in the same room, which yeah, we don't typically do these days anymore. So that'll be really, really fun. And we may have done a little yarn, probably not. We may not have done any yarn shopping. So, but I'll be able to show you what I come home with Monday night. So it is a long weekend for us. So for you fellow knitters in the US, you have to wait one more week for your long weekend, don't you? Our long weekend is coming up this coming weekend. So we're going to be gone to the retreat over most of the long weekend. And then I'll be back here Monday night after the retreat, and it'll be finishing up on our holiday Monday. So we'll be able to catch up, see what everybody did over their long weekend. Hopefully, if you're camping, the weather is good and you can take your knitting with you and just sit outside and knit. Fingers crossed. Is around here, the weather is always so unpredictable. You just never know. You could be wearing winter coats this weekend. You could be wearing bathing suit. So hopefully we'll err on like the warmer end of the scale. I'm going to take the pullover that I talked about, the classic wool one that I did with the raglan or the yoke. I'm going to take that with me. I'm going to pack it just in case it is coolish because we are going farther north. Sure, I haven't looked at the weather. Cheryl and I were talking today, and she's like, "It's going to be chilly and maybe rainy." So I'm like, "Okay, maybe it'll be cool enough. I can wear my sweater." So we'll see. Maybe I'll at least put it on, maybe for the podcast, and then if it gets too hot, I'll take it off. But at least maybe I can start out in the mornings wearing it if it's cool, or maybe later in the evening pop it on. So I'm going to take it with me, and then take my summer one to knit. I think that'll be my plan. So, anyways, I'm excited to do some yarn shopping. I'm thinking sweater quantity. It's kind of what I've decided that I want. I don't know. We'll see what I decide on. Right off the top of my head, I'm thinking don't I'm not looking for like sock yarn unless it's a sweater quantity. But I'm not looking for like a one skein to knit socks with. But don't quote me on that because who knows? If there's Christmas sock yarn. If there's Christmas sock yarn, that could be totally different. Who knows? If I see something, I will maybe grab it. But I'm thinking, like, I'm still really in like this summery stuff like cotton. If there's a cotton linen blend, I would be really excited for that. Um, I don't know if there's something new, something that I don't have in my stash that could be a sweater quantity. That would be intriguing for me too. So we will see what I come back with. I know last year when we were at Linda's Craftique, I did not, but I think all the other girls they fell in love with a shawl. It was a store sample, and they all bought yarn for it. One person might have knit the actual shawl, but, yeah, I don't know. So we'll see, we'll see. Maybe there'll be something. Um yeah, there was some nice sweaters she had knit up too. So maybe we'll be all inspired and find something. You just never know. So it'll be a little bit of a surprise to see what kind of, speaks to me when you walk in the yarn shop, right? So has anybody else done any yarn shopping? I mean, it was Mother's Day this past weekend. Did anybody get any yarn? Did anybody treat themselves to any yarn for Mother's Day? I don't know. I went to Little Red Mitten again on Saturday. I could call that my Mother's Day present to myself. I don't know. I just have this feeling that I may just for the next little while, I think every Saturday is going to be a yarn shopping day. So I think I'm just going to give up trying to justify it. It is just a yarn shopping day for me, just because. Um, Diane saying, and I should decide, oh, on a project you all want to knit and buy the yarn for, and then show up the next year with it finished. That would be a great plan, Diane. That would be it would be fantastic. I would love to do that. I don't know, I don't know if we talked about that last year. Okay, I should bring that up to them because that really would be fun. And then have a year deadline, mostly for me, to get it done. Some of the other girls are a little quicker at getting things finished. But that actually would be really fun. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember to talk to them about that, Diane. Sally, you ordered some yarn? Fantastic. What did, what did you get? Was it like sock weight yarn, worsted weight, sweater quantity? Hi, Elena. It's not Mother's Day there. Okay, yeah. When is your Mother's Day? You got and so Elena is in Norway, and you have I guess your national holiday is coming up. Is it this week? Um, but it's a holiday. You have a holiday coming up, right? Oh, Cheryl, you are here. Okay, so Cheryl, what do you think? She said, "Good luck." Um, Cheryl, you always say no. One of these times, you just have to humor me, or just honestly mean it, and just say yes. That would be a fun idea. Diane, maybe you can work on Cheryl. I think that would be a fun idea, don't you? Really, Cheryl? Um, Anyways, we'll see. Oh, Premier Sock. Oh, fruit shard. Nice. Nice, Sally. That'll be so fun to knit up. Hi, Cindy. Oh, no yarn. Need to knit up what I have in stash. Well, some of it. Yeah, Cindy, I've given up on that. I think, yeah, I'm getting to the point where, what is that? Sable stash acquisition beyond life expectancy. Yeah, I've hit that a while ago. Um, I'm just um I'm just thinking my daughter will have um a lot of fun organizing my yarn room at some point. Maybe I'll work through it. Maybe I'll crank out some more hats. I don't know, but yeah, I know. I always every once in a while I get in that mode where I think, okay, I need to slow down buying yarn. Doesn't last for long. So we'll see. Oh, Diane, you made a typing error? I didn't even realize that you did. Or you just anyways. Um, Susie, Susie says the fruit yarn is fun to knit with. Yeah, I think I saw that. I think London Yarns might have had that in. Yeah, very fun. Oh, Louise, you just bought some universal wool pop yarn. 50 bamboo wool polyamide. Such fantastic summer yarn drape is beautiful. Universal wool. Was it in one of those like big, I don't even know what you call it, like a ball, but big. I don't like kind of like the some of the Noro. I guess it's just like a big ball. Um, anyways, I'm not sure if I might know what you mean. Anyways, that's really fun. Oh, Elena, oh, you have no idea. I don't celebrate. Okay, but yes, you have your Constitution Day on Wednesday. So, Elena, is this the day that you put on like your the I'll say like your national costume, like the beautiful dresses with all the embroidery work? Asa showed me her dress. Oh, getting it done. Well, maybe one skein shawl. What if we did? It doesn't have necessarily have to be a sweater. We could start out small, right? Like a one skein shawl. We could do that. We could all do that. I could do that. Oh, Sam. Oh, I don't think this week, Sam. Oh, oh, Cindy, yeah, your daughter. I know. See, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like we're preparing the next generation to have beautiful yarns, right? I think we should be embrace that idea. Oh, Kim, you have the fruit yarn? Maybe I need to dig it out now. I think you should. Oh, it comes in skein. Oh, it comes in skeins. So okay, so then I don't know. I start so this would have oh my gosh, I don't know when it would have been. Since January? Maybe. I started a shawl with some universal yarn. Anyways, I'm not sure if that was a this year's new start or last year's new start. Oh, you're knitting a lace whimsical wave t-shirt. Okay, that sounds really fun. Have you guys, so you'll have to all go over to the Fiber Friends podcast. If you're a member of that Facebook group, go over there and post some pictures. Um, we would love to see. Cheryl and I were just talking today about the fact that we want to be seeing. We're curious to see what people are actually knitting. So if Louise, if you have a second, if you're on Facebook, I can't remember if you're a part of that group or not, but if you are, I'd love to see your start. Oh, Elena, one day I may make an embroidered national costume. Oh my goodness, but that's still far in the future. That is a good goal though to have. That is like the works of art. Beautiful. I remember one of the yarn shops. Was it a yarn shop? It was near a yarn shop in Bergen. I can picture it on the corner. It was a shop. Is it more? It wasn't actually a yarn shop. I think there was yarn shops. That's where, and I got my card, the weaving cards. I got it upstairs, but I think it had like a lot of wool items, like ready-made things in there. And then in the windows, there was pictures of all the national. Did you say costumes? Was that the right word? Um, the dresses. Yes, national costume. Yeah, and yeah, they were stunning. Very, very nice. Oh, okay. Well, can just send me a quick message, Sam. That would be the easiest way. Dawn, I just finished. Oh, the Shelly top. Oh, it's a lace tee as well? Oh, really? Oh, the Shelly top. Okay. I'm gonna have to go look at that. Oh, Louise, you are good for you. Not on social media at all. All right. Well, then you will just have to describe the talk to us and let us keep us updated on your progress. Oh, Dawn, you and Diane said you guys knit together in like real life. That's so cool. That's fun. Dawn and Diane, did you two just make the same sweater? Was that who I saw a picture of Diane and a friend wearing the same top? I think it was the same one. That's fun. All right. So, oh, Diane says yes, the Shelley Summer top. Mm. I just want to knit all the things now, right? When in over Zoom. Okay, well that's just as good. I mean, that's almost as in real life, right? Almost in real life. Um, I know, like really honestly, depending on how fast we all knit, we should almost be starting to think we should have our summer tops already finished right now, shouldn't we? And we should be starting to cast on things for September wearing. So we've got June, July, August, September. Give us like 4 months, 3, 4 months to start thinking. But I don't know. Right now it seems warm. I want to knit warm things that I'll finish when it should be um, winter weather, and then I'll just have to wear a cardigan over my summer top, which actually I'm thinking about doing. Like this blue one that I'm doing out of the remix. I'm thinking, why this? I'm just gonna wear it all year long. Just put a cardigan over it and wear it. Oh, so oh, John, we have three sweater. You've knit three sweaters together now. That is so fun. Oh, hi, Eva. Oh, Eva. Oh, it's who's Fitden you were talking about, Louise? It's kind of a crafter's okay, yes, yes. Because it was. I remember there, like, being, I think, knit sweaters and wool coats. There was an upstairs and a downstairs. Yes, so we met Eva, in Bergen, and then we went up the mountain and then did the overlook, like, oh my gosh, that was, like, one of the most breathtaking sights up there. Good, I'm glad you know what I was talking about. Oh, Diane lives in California and you're in Utah. Okay, so not like drive meet up on a Saturday kind of thing. Well, thank goodness for Zoom. I mean, I guess that is one good thing. Sorry, guys. Scarlett's awake now, if you can hear her. Um, that this last few years has given us, right, is this ability for all of us to use this technology and jump on Zoom and just be all together, which is amazing. Oh, Sam, your dish cloth count is at 56. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, Cindy, you bought yourself a pair of sneakers you can see through so I can show off my socks. Oh my goodness. Cindy, that is super exciting. I would like to do that. I just wear Birkenstocks now. Well, I should be wearing them right now, but I'm a little nervous. A bad knee, broken foot, two crutches, and sandals. Doesn't sound like it goes well together. So I haven't pulled up my Birkenstock yet, and I'm really sad about that. Oh my goodness. Jocelyn, you bought a tank top pattern to try to knit this summer. That is fun. Do you know what yarn you're going to use for it? Okay, yep. So Diane, you guys meet over Zoom. You met over Zoom. I know. Isn't that great? Because you two would never ever have met otherwise, right? I think that's fun. That's great. Wonderful. Eva, Husqvarna makes the national costumes. Oh, and that's where you buy almost all of your yarn from. Oh my God, then that makes perfect sense why they were all in the window. Nice. Um, oh yes. So, hi Eric, how's your leg bit? Yeah, so 2018, that's when I broke it the first time. Yes. Um, yes, I have a broken foot now. Yes, seems to be a bit of a trend. Oh, yep. So, Jocelyn, did you get Susanna's package? Sam, oh, well, Sam, so you're thinking you're a little bit behind at what, 56? I don't know. I know how speedy you are, so you'll be able to just like zoom and catch up on a weekend. So you were hoping to be at 60 to 65 by the end of the month. Oh, but your wrist is starting to bother you now? Well, don't push it too much. I mean, you're doing amazing. Oh, Jocelyn, you've got the purse. Oh, waiting at the post office. Oh, as for the tank, I've got a fingering weight cotton. Cotton and nylon. That'll be nice. Fingering weight will be nice. I've got a boot on. I know. I couldn't believe they actually asked me if I wanted a boot or a cast, and I'm like, no. I've done a cast. And I I had one on when I was 16, and those were like, many, many moons ago. And it was terrible. It was hot. It was itchy. I'm like, no, I'm not. Why would you even do that? Why would you even do that? Yes, okay. So I guess you could say I'm stylish. Yes, I have a fancy boot on. Uh, I think we do. I was gonna look at Jocelyn at the calendar. I think this Thursday is Jocelyn and I's mid-month um motivation means start working on our goal knitting for this month because the month is half over. And I think that is this Thursday. Um if it is, we'll be back here Thursday night, Jocelyn and I, 7:30, so half an hour earlier than I started tonight. And we can all catch up then and see what everybody's working on, see how everybody's been making out on their projects this week. So, all right, guys, um, I think I will wrap up now. We're just past 9 o'clock here by a few minutes. So, thank you so much, guys. It's been so much fun chatting with you all. It's a great way to start Mondays off with doing the vote. Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, wherever you vote. It's a fun way to kick off the week, seeing what you guys are going to have me cast on. So I'm going to sit and wind some yarn. I've got the white all wound up, and actually, this did not take me very long. So I am going to wind up the two blues tonight. I'm going to look through that bag of needles. I'm going to find a 6 millimeter to do the body of my hat on, so I'll do a gauge swatch. I'll find if I go with a 6, which I think I will, um, then I'll probably find a 5.5 millimeter. Hopefully, I have a 16-inch, and I will just do the ribbing on that, and then bump up to the larger size needle for the body of the hat and the color work, and just knit merrily along on my hat and my blue sweater. And that is my plan for the week. So I hope everybody else has a great week. Jocelyn and I think we'll see you Thursday night. Cheryl and I will see you Saturday morning over on the Fiber Friends channel from the retreat. So if you are all celebrating a long weekend this coming weekend, I hope you have a great weekend, whether it's family, it's camping, it's just enjoying the outdoors, or sitting inside relaxing and doing some knitting. Have fun, whatever you do. And we'll catch up next Monday with more voting and more yarn, more projects. Not sure what it'll be. So stay tuned, and I will chat to you all next week. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for watching.